15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It is 15-Minute Monday time, your quick power episode for the week. And we're going to keep it short and sweet as always. Your little injection before you go to gym or on the way to work. You can choose, but I'm making them short enough that you can listen to them on the way to work or in the morning before you really get busy. So let's get right into it today. Stand alone, stand proud, how to thrive without approval. It is about acceptance through others the way you are. And if they don't, then they don't. How to live untethered from that need of external validation and always being approved by everyone around you. It has to do with people pleasing, has to do with a lack of self-confidence and not being in tune with who you are, your core values, your core beliefs, and living according to them no matter what the outside world says. Because what if the key to happiness wasn't about fitting in, but fully embracing who you are, even if it means standing alone? That is where most people struggle, because when they see they become outsiders, they rather change or behave the way that other people expect it so they fit in better. Life often feels like a balancing act between being true to yourself and meeting the expectations of others. Society, family, and friends sometimes pressure us to conform, dimming that spark that makes us unique. But here's the truth that I want to share with you that can set you free. You weren't made to fit into anyone else's mold. When you dare to be yourself, you bring something irreplaceable into the world. You show up authentically, contribute meaningfully, and walk a path that aligns with your soul. So today I want to dive with you into what it means to speak your truth, embrace your individuality, and live unapologetically. Even if that means some people don't accept you. By the end of this episode, you feel empowered to own your journey no matter who joins you. What's the problem here? It's about the fear of rejection. At some point, everyone has felt the sting of rejection. Maybe you shared an opinion only to be criticized or expressed a dream and were laughed at. These moments hurt, and they teach us to hide, dim, and suppress parts of ourselves to avoid judgment. But here's the problem with it. The more you hide your true self, the further you stray away from your values, dreams, and identity. You might gain temporary approval, but deep inside, you know it's not authentic. You're wearing a mask, and masks are heavy. And the problem is, eventually it becomes your identity. What's the signs that you're hiding your true self? Well, you hesitate to share your thoughts, fearing they won't be accepted. You say yes to things you don't want to do to avoid conflict. You feel like you're constantly performing to fit in, and you experience an inner restlessness as if something is missing from your life. Hiding who you are might feel safe in the moment, but it comes at a high cost. The erosion of self-worth, missed opportunities, and the suffocation of your unique brilliance. So, what's the cost of not being yourself? Let's dig a bit deeper into what happens when you suppress your authenticity. Emotional exhaustion, number one. Pretending to be someone you're not is draining. Every conversation, decision, or action feels like a performance, leaving you mentally and emotionally depleted. And over time, this exhaustion will lead to burnout, anxiety, and even depression. Number two, missed opportunities. When you try to fit in, you often downplay your talents and passions. You might avoid pursuing a career you love, speaking up for what you believe in, or forming genuine connections, all because you're afraid of standing out. Number three, erosion of your self-worth. Every time you suppress your true self to gain approval, you send a subconscious message, I'm not good enough as I am. And over time, this belief will damage your self-esteem and make it harder to trust your instinct. And number four, a stifled legacy. And that's so important. You have something unique to offer to the world. Your perspective, creativity, and experiences. When you hide, you deprive the world of what only you can bring. And imagine what you could accomplish if you embraced your true self. The truth is, living inauthentically keeps you stuck. And the longer you deny who you are, the harder it becomes to recognize and reclaim your true self. So, how can we fix that? What can we do against that? Well, embrace authenticity and walk your path. The good news, you can break free from the cycle of hiding and start living authentically, and it begins with courage. The courage to let others accept you as you are or not at all. And here I will share a couple of tips with you how. Number 1, speak your truth even if your voice shakes. And how do you do that? Well, share your opinions, values, and emotions, even when it feels uncomfortable. Let me give you a little framework for that. Find your why. Take time to reflect on your core values and beliefs, what matters most to you. Why do these values shape your identity? When you're clear on your why, you feel more grounded when sharing your truth. And start small. Begin by expressing your thoughts in safe, supportive environments. Maybe it's a trusted friend, a journal, or even a social media post. Sometimes it's a coach or a psychologist or therapist, depending on how much you struggle with it. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in speaking up. And affirm yourself. After speaking your truth, remind yourself, I honored who I am today. And that's enough. This simple affirmation reinforces the value of authenticity over external validation. Number 2, let go of the need for approval. How do you do that? Stop seeking acceptance from everyone and focus on living in alignment with your values. A little framework for that: approval audit. Create a list of people whose opinions genuinely matter to you. Limit this list to those who love and support you unconditionally. By narrowing your focus, you'll free yourself from worrying about what everyone else thinks. A mantra practice. Use affirmations like, I am enough just as I am, or the right people will love the real me. Repeat these daily to reprogram your mind to seek internal validation rather than external approval. And visualize your legacy. Imagine looking back on your life and seeing how your authenticity inspired others. This exercise helps you to focus on the bigger picture rather than fleeting opinions. And number 3, embrace the beauty of being unapologetically you. And how do you do that? Recognize your uniqueness as a gift, not a flaw. A little framework for that: the uniqueness list. Write down at least 5 qualities or traits that make you special. Maybe it's your sense of humor, a talent, or a unique way of seeing the world. Reflect on how these qualities have positively impacted others or brought joy to your life. The power of stories. Think of a time when being yourself led to a meaningful outcome, a deep connection, a personal breakthrough, or a professional opportunity. Revisit these moments to remind yourself of the power of authenticity. And wear your truth. Incorporate your authentic self into tangible actions, whether it's through your wardrobe, your hobbies, or the way you communicate. And these small expressions build confidence and align your outer self with your inner identity. Number 4, accept that not everyone will understand your journey. And how do you do that? Well, release the expectation that others will always agree with or support your choices. And what's a little framework for that? The empathy shift. Understand that people view life through their own experiences, which may not align with yours. Their misunderstanding isn't a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of their perspective. And resilience practice. For every piece of criticism you receive, identify one thing you're proud of about yourself. This practice helps you focus on your strength and prevents external negativity from taking root. And reframe rejection. Instead of fearing rejection, see it as a sign you're staying true to yourself. Rejection often redirects you towards people and opportunities that align better with your values. And number 5, walk your path confidently. And how do you do that? Trust your journey, even if it's unconventional or misunderstood. What's a little framework for that? The Courage Journal. Each day write down one action you took that honored your true self. It could be as small as saying no to something that didn't serve you or as big as pursuing a dream. These entries will remind you of your progress and reinforce your commitment to authenticity. And focus on the journey. Stop waiting for validation from reaching a destination. Instead, appreciate the lessons, growth, and experiences along the way. When you embrace the true progress and process, every step becomes meaningful, no matter how small. And practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the kindness and encouragement you offer a friend. And on tough days, remind yourself that authenticity is a journey, not a one-time decision. And what's the meaning behind all of this? Well, living authentically is a revolutionary act in a world that values conformity. When you let others accept you as you are, or not at all, you reclaim your power. You honor your individuality, inspire others to do the same, and contribute to something truly unique in the world. And that's as simple as it is. And today, I wanted to give you a quick one, a powerful one. Sit with it, write it down, listen to it over and over again, and implement action right now. It's end of the year. This is the time to reclaim your power, reclaim your authenticity, start into the new year afresh. Clean the slate, do the deep work, focus on what really matters to you, and you can change your life around. Are you going to be that one that changes something, or you're going to end up end of the year thinking the same thing, struggling with the same things, and looking at the same mistakes that you've made in the previous year? Or are you going to sit down and do the work? And if you don't know how to do it, reach out to me. Now year end and beginning of the year, when it slows down, is a good time to connect to me, and we can do some deep work and set you up for 2025. With this, I'll greet you away into the week. If you are going on holiday already, please be safe on the roads out there. If you're staying in Joburg, I'll see you around, because I will stay here. I love Joburg when it's quiet in and around town. So I'm going to be here. Reach out. And other than that, I hope that you have a fantastic Christmas and that you have a great time and relax and rejuvenate, create clarity, create focus, have a bit of rest, and prepare for next year. You should already be thinking about what's happening in March. That's when you are really prepared. But anyway, have a good time. I wish you a fantastic week, and I'll see you on the next 15-minute Monday. And don't you worry, Christmas, New Year is not going to hold us back. We publishing, we are loading anyway. So come back, and I'm glad that you're still with me on this journey. And I hope that you have a fantastic week. This is Daniel, your host on the Success Blueprint, with my promise, I'll be back. Take care, tribe.